Hey, Kim.
Yes?
Please don't get in a mood. I do appreciate what you've done. I'm just worried about you.
I'm not a little kid anymore. I don't need a babysitter. Besides, I'm not in a mood. No, I'll stay right here like a good little girl and wait for your instructions. Just like you told me to.
Right. Then listen. I'll have a look around.
Don't let me stop you. Sounds high priority. You know where to find me.
Kim.
What?
I need more time to get my bearings.
Whatever floats your boat.
The upper sign reads monastery. The next one points down the valley to the camp. The lower two point to the west. Berlin and, Venice? They're nailed on tight. I can't lever them off with my bare hands. This lever probably raises the loading platform. Ah, this lever operates the hydraulics that raise the loading platform, but it's not doing me much good if I'm down here. Kim.
What?
I could use your help.
Well, well. How about that? Really?
Really? And you can start by stopping the Madam Act. We're supposed to be saving Richard.
Okay. What do you need?
You see that container up there? If something's out of reach, it's worth having.
Need a leg up?
Tempting, but no. If you stand on that platform, I can lift you up there.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Here we go.
Okay, that's enough. Hey, you were right. This stuff will come in handy. It's some wood and a packet of white stuff. Sheesh.
Hey, I saved our lives with a bag of flour and a pumpkin not long ago, so don't be too hasty.
Oh, you're welcome then. I'll just go stand back over there so I don't bother the master at work.
According to the label, this is NaHCO3, which I think is a fancy way of saying baking powder. It dissolves in water to make a cleaning product. Maybe the Germans use it to clean their equipment. Wooden plank. How is it that a tent peg is more multi-purpose than a penknife? I've levered the signs off the post. Now the Germans will never know how to get home. Even if I could reach it, I wouldn't want to switch it on. We don't need any attention from the guys guarding the monastery. That's more Gus's area than mine. I don't see a way to climb up there. I don't see a way to climb up there. Okay, I guess the monastery's this way.
Fine deduction, Sherlock. Look, there's the secret side entrance to the courtyard.
Well, given the liberal scattering of grenades all over the place, I'd say it wasn't so secret anymore.
So what do we do now? Can you disarm them or something?
Shh! Be quiet.
And? Anything to report today? Any special instructions?
No, nothing unusual. The chamber is still sealed. We'll probably have to blast tomorrow.
Oh, finally. It's not like the contest to hesitate this long.
Be careful what you say. This job's going to require great care. If we overlook even the smallest detail, the mission might fail.
This should worry me? I'll be happy when the whole thing's over and we can go back home. I hate the winter. I hate the mountains, I hate night watch, and more than ever I'm beginning to hate you.
Well, if you hadn't failed your aptitude test, maybe you wouldn't have been assigned night watch.
You'd better watch yourself, Hagen.
Oh, I will. I'll watch myself all the way back to camp, where I will watch myself drink schnapps all evening and then watch myself crawl into a warm, cozy bed.
Oh, good. You enjoy yourself. Try not to get caught in any avalanches on the way down.
Just remember to feed the dog. He hasn't eaten all day.
Yeah, I know how to do my job.
Good. Only a couple of guys on night watch.
So, how do we get in?
Don't worry. I'll think of something.
No doubt.
Luckily, whatever monster of a bird built this is nowhere to be seen. From the speckling on the eggshell, I'd say it was a Himalayan griffon vulture. Probably. It's less than 4 meters to the other side. But it's the distance to the bottom that's really worrying me. No daredevil stunts for me today. Well, maybe just a few later on. It's less than 4 meters to the other side. No These wires are connected to the detonators on the grenades. Interesting.
What's interesting?
What? Oh, these grenades here. I just realized they're gas grenades.
And is that good?
Since when is poison gas a good thing?
I mean, can you defuse them more easily than other grenades?
No, I can't. And besides, I don't have the tools I'd need.
What's so interesting about them then?
Well, actually, nothing when I think about it. Except that it's very clever. I mean, if they go off, they won't destroy the bridge, and they won't risk setting off an avalanche with a big explosion. So really, it's a very sensible and intelligent defense strategy. Clever Nazis.
And this is supposed to help us somehow?
Well, no, but...
Then why are we having this ridiculous conversation? Think of something.
Yes, Mom. These wires are connected to the detonators on the grenades. I can't use that to cut through the wires. A figure of a dragon carved into the wall. I could jump for it and try to hang on. Then I'll hang, and hang some more. My strength will wane, and I'll plummet to my death. Must be a better option. The plank should just about reach the drain from here. Not until I get across this canyon. It's less than 4 meters to the other side, but it's the distance to the bottom that's really worrying me. No daredevil stunts for me today. Well, maybe just a few later on. Perfect. Let's get over there. This must be the side entrance to the courtyard that Thomas mentioned. It won't budge. The opening's too narrow to get a hold. But if I give the stone a knock... Yep, it's certainly hollow back there. Let's lever open this rock and take a look inside. Wow, what do we have here? It's a wooden wheel mounted on an axle deep in the rock. There's a slot in the front here. I can't get a good grip on it. Maybe one of the signs would fit in the wheel slot. Great. That makes for a good handle. The sign makes a decent makeshift handle. I've got it turned a little, but I can't get the handle any further round. It's only part way open. It might close behind us. Okay, I'll stick a wooden sign in this slot too. And another handle is set. It's only part way open. It might close behind us. Well, that's the last sign. Perfect. It's come all the way around. Quiet.
Oh, you think?
I mean, even quieter than before. There's a guard dog down there. It's probably more intelligent than the Germans we've come up against.
Relax. You're the one nattering away.
Well, we're definitely in the right place. This must be the courtyard Thomas talked about. According to him, the entrance to the secret chamber should be in the western wall.
So what now?
Same as before. You stay put, and I'll come up with something.
I'm giddy with anticipation.
It's a bit far away if you ask me. I can't reach it. I can't reach it from here. Not while the Doberman's standing guard. Damn it. The noise from this rusty old winch is alerting the dog. Can't reach it. Not the first time I've been confronted by this problem. Can't reach it. It won't spin anymore. Maybe it's jammed or frozen, but that's odd. The metal feels strange somehow. It's warm to the touch. Does this count as desecration of religious artifacts? Come to think of it, I did fall down a crevasse immediately after sealing those incense sticks. Whoa, there's a strong magnetic pull on this prayer wheel. Only, I'm pretty sure this tent peg is aluminium. So that doesn't make sense. Done. I've got it. I'll try to collect some oil in the eggshell. Note to self. Rescue Richard first. Pretty sure we just escaped from there. Let's get this old thing oiled up. No, not you, Kim. Let's give it a crack. It's not worth the risk. Okay, I'll hang the prayer wheel on the pulley hook. Let's see what we can catch. Meat in a tin, the classy option. Dogs aren't great tin openers. Ugh, this meat is disgusting. This is how they used to open things in the past. You'd think they'd invent the tin opener at the same time as the tin. I'm sure he'd love it. But how does that help me? I can't reach it. There's nothing down there I can reach with the pulley. Should be a nice, quiet landing. great. Magnetic prayer fishing. I love rescue missions. There's something interesting about this prayer wheel. I'll hold on to it. Let's see what's in this knapsack. A gas mask, a canteen, a compass, and a torch. Nothing worth pulling up. Always experiment in hopeless situations. The baking powder's bubbling and fizzing. It does say on the packet, avoid contact with acids. I suppose sour fruit tea does constitute an acid. That's what happens when you don't read the instructions. I can't screw it on too tight. The gas might make it explode. Which I assume would be bad if I'm still holding onto it. With the lid sealed tight, the canteen should blow in a few seconds. Should be enough to bring down that snowdrift. But there's not much point while the dog's out of his kennel. With the lid sealed tight, the canteen should blow in a few seconds. Should be enough to bring down that snowdrift, but there's not much point while the dog's out of his kennel. Not while the Doberman's standing guard. Not while the Doberman's standing guard. I can't reach it from here. I don't see a way to climb up there. Think I'll give her a minute to cool off. Women. What for? There's nothing on the platform. I hope letting her stay wasn't a mistake. Oh well, too late now. Besides, she might be able to help. Think I'll give her a minute to cool off. The main gate. 2 guards on duty. Not while the Doberman stand. There's a fold-out magnifying glass on the lid of the compass. I've screwed the lid on but left a gap. I make this airtight, and it'll probably explode. Not while the Doberman's standing guard. I can't reach the kennel from up here. It doesn't look terribly stable, but I might actually be able to land on the ground without breaking every bone in my body. There's just one small problem, and it's called a Doberman. With the lid sealed tight, the canteen should blow in a few seconds. Should be enough to bring down that snowdrift. But there's not much point while the dog's out of his kennel. Not while the Doberman's standing guard. An empty Nothing worth pulling up. What for? I can't reach it from here.
Fenton and Kim have reached the monastery courtyard. According to Thomas, Richard disappeared through a secret door on the west side of the building. Unfortunately, the courtyard is guarded by a huge Doberman, who is preventing Fenton from continuing his search.
Between the Doberman and the Argali, I think I'd rather fight the sheep. I'm taking a moral stance about killing innocent animals. More importantly, I'm a terrible knife thrower. I can't reach the kennel from up here. Not while the Doberman's standing guard. These wires are connected to the detonators on the grenades. Pretty sure we just escaped from there. Vehicle tracks. They must transport equipment here for lifting up to the monastery. The door's already open. Luckily, whatever monster of a bird built this is a handsome Doberman. I'm actually a dog lover. It's just this dog doesn't look like he returns my affections. Story of my life. Not while the Doberman... Let's get a better look. No. With a broken lens, the light's too scattered to be any use. The dog seems to like it, though. Silver lining and all that. Let's get a better look. No. The dog seems... A torch and compass? Well, I guess I could replace the torch lens with the magnifying glass. Bring things into focus a bit, but how can I attach them to one another? I'll spread some glue on the broken pieces of glass from the torch. There we go. The torchlight is now focused through the magnifying glass. Not exactly lighting the courtyard, but the dog seems to like it. Alright, let's get this bugger back in his house. Good boy. Now, stay. With the lid sealed tight, the canteen should blow in a few seconds. Should be enough to bring down that snowdrift right on top of the mud. Here goes. That cat in Hong Kong seems a long time ago now, but nonetheless, this makes the score Fenton 2, Animal World 0.
You're more intelligent than a dog. I can't think of any possible way to express my admiration more clearly.
Just hang on my every word.
Real adventurers love a challenge. You have the chance to try the more difficult version of this riddle. Can you handle it?
This box is a giant battery. Impressive equipment, but what the hell is this? I thought Germans were supposed to be efficient. If I can get these connected properly, we should be able to shed some light on the situation. Okay, which socket? 5 somewhat tangled cables. I'm no electrician, but if I can get these hooked up right, we should be in business. Must lead to the main entrance. Nothing for me out there. It's too dark. I can't see anything. If women have taught me anything, it's never to grope around in the dark. The western wall, it's completely in shadow. Is rescuing an angry Doberman a good idea? No. No, it isn't. Five somewhat tangled cables. I'm no electrician, but if I can get these hooked up right, we should be in business. And then there was light.
I'll give this to you. You do get there, eventually, despite all sensible evidence to the contrary.
I'm ignoring that. Now, this secret door must be around here somewhere. According to Thomas, the entrance to the secret chamber should be somewhere in this wall. Nothing out of the ordinary. I suppose that's why it's a secret door. Just these small round ornaments in the wall. It won't budge. Strange. It looks metal, but the prayer wheel's having no effect on this one. It won't budge. Must lead to the main entrance. Nothing for me out there. It won't budge. It won't budge. Aha! The magnetic force has swung open the metal plate.
Real adventurers love a challenge. You have the chance to try the more difficult version of this riddle. Can you handle it?
This mosaic shows two winding dragons. Thomas mentioned a text that described just that. The door is guarded by two dragons. Yao the Strong and Zhao the Wise. Zhao the mother is twice as old as her son Yao. Well, brains and brawn. I'm the full package. Better get cracking on this. Each stone has a Got it. The body of the mother dragon covers twice as many tiles as her sons, twice as old. So that's what it meant. Ta-da!
You're beginning to scare me.
Come on, let's go. My nose is telling me this monk's been dead for some time. Richard? Richard, are you here?
Where are you going?
Wait here and don't touch anything.
What's that?
A belt pack.
Richard's?
Must be.
So where is he?
I'll have a look around. Maybe there's another exit. No idea what it's for, but I can't move it. The British Army belt pack. The pouches are empty, but it's got to be Richard's. He's been dead for days. It's a huge carving of a dragon. I don't understand any of this. Kim, do you see these symbols everywhere?
They're hard to miss, aren't they? Do you know what they mean?
Not my area, but I've seen them before. In your uncle's notes.
Where?
In the section where your uncle wrote about Professor Hayes and the dead monk in the cave. But his notes were in that weird script of yours.
Ah, right. It says, with Hayes's help, my uncle managed to translate the characters they found on the burned map.
And? Can you translate what's written here on the walls?
I don't know. Hayes thought these weren't really hieroglyphics in the truest sense of the word, meaning he didn't think the pictures actually represented words.
So what are they then?
He believed they may have been the first real writing system, a protoscript.
Okay. Is that good? That's good, right? You can translate it.
Can't really say until I've taken a good look at it. If I'm going too slow, feel free to take over.
Sorry, I just don't know how much time we have before the guards notice the open door.
Okay. So according to Hayes, the characters don't represent individual words. They represent complete sentences.
Really?
Yes, the characters aren't arranged in horizontal or vertical lines. They're organized in squares.
How practical.
I think the characters over the door read, behind the gate in this room, the sleeping dragon is hidden.
So there is another exit. Where?
Maybe there's something about it here. There are 2 keys that can open the gate and unleash the dragon. One is protected by the guardians of the gate. Hidden in a far distant place, the other key is waiting for those who, in the coming age, will have the power to confront the monster. Looking through the eye of the dragon reveals the hiding place on the Keeper's map. All must beware of the dragon. Its power is tempting, but death and decay await those who cannot tame it.
That's it?
I'm afraid so.
Great.
Doesn't make sense to you?
Well, I suppose aside from all the dragon stuff, we do at least know there was a key here somewhere. Richard probably used it to escape. And there's a second key. Somewhere. So, to sum up, Richard disappeared through a door that we can't unlock using a key we don't have to a place we know nothing about.
Wait a moment.
What?
The way to find the second key's hiding place is written right here. The location is recorded on a map. We'll be able to see it when we look through the eye of the dragon.
Great. Unfortunately, I don't have any dragons on me right now.
Think about it. When Hayes and my uncle found the monk, they said he had the remains of a map, along with...
A gemstone resembling the eye of a dragon.
Great to see you're keeping up.
Do you know what happened to the stone and the map?
If we believe the notes, then Hayes took the eye.
Then Hayes might still have both.
It's possible. Wherever this gate leads, Richard must be on the other side. We need to find Hayes.
It's worth a shot. Do you know where he is?
In Marrakesh. I'm sure that now that his meaningless career has finally failed, that pathetic excuse for a scientist is still hanging around there, selling cheap junk to tourists. But your conversation just now renders him essential to the cause. The Eye of the Kanjur. According to legend, the green dragon eye will show us how to open the gates to Shambhala. We have been looking for it for days now. Your help has been invaluable. It seems the eye was removed from here years ago. It has been in Professor Hayes' possession ever since. We shall convince him to cooperate with us, and he will open the gate to Shambhala.
Stay close to me, Kim.
I really must thank you. You've delivered both the cartographer's notes and the perfect translator for the job. You have my gratitude, Mr. Puzzler. Oh, do forgive me. I haven't properly introduced myself. I am Hannah, Countess von Hagenhild, leader of this expedition.
Well, it's been lovely to meet you, Countess. So, unless you need us for anything else, we'll just let ourselves out.
I'm afraid I'm unable to allow that. You must understand the importance of this location.
Sure. So important you had to murder a load of innocent people to secure it.
I wouldn't expect you to understand. Unfortunately, you won't live long enough to see the wonders of Shambhala with your own eyes, nor the power that these wonders will give us. I'm certainly not going to make the same mistake as our somewhat amateur friends in Hong Kong. I won't keep you alive any longer than is absolutely necessary. Which is around about the next 30 seconds. Take him outside and execute him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm sure there's been some misunderstanding here. Maybe we can help each other.
I'm not trying to make friends. I plan to annihilate my enemies. But take heart. My decision affects you alone. The little girl stays alive. For now. She will be very useful in helping us to translate the cartographer's notes. Grasser, take the girl down to the camp and see to it that she is made comfortable. Then send a telegram to Berlin informing the minister that we are leaving for Morocco to take possession of item 28. And tell the museum that we need to examine the original Piri Reis map. They shall make the necessary preparations.
Jawohl, Countess.
And you two, Why are you still standing here? I want this man coloring the snow red.
Stop! That's far enough.
Sometimes you've got to embrace death before escaping him. Here goes nothing.
Halt! After you, young lady.
Get your hands off me!
Let's go. Back to the camp.
Discipline, boy.
Keep driving.
Christ! Get out, kid!
Fenton!
Kim! No!
He's up ahead! Fire!
Your whiskey, sir.
Thank you.
Excuse me for asking, sir, but are you okay?
What? Why do you ask? I have a glass of whiskey, a beautiful view of the clouds. What could be wrong?
Okay, just let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Thanks. But the only thing that can help me now is time and another whiskey. Hello? Shop?
Bonjour, monsieur.
Professor Hayes, I presume.
No, sorry, monsieur. My name is Philippe Lacoste.
Oh, I thought... Well, I was told that this was Professor Hayes' shop.
That is, in fact, true, monsieur. Unfortunately, Monsieur Hayes has neglected to punctually pay his taxes to the local administration on numerous occasions, which is why he is now in prison while I inspect and catalogue his possessions for the French courts. If you're here to assert claims against Monsieur Hayes, I'll have to ask you to wait until I have a complete overview of his possessions.
He does have something I need. Can you tell me where I might find him?
In the gendarmerie not far from the Medina. If you exit the bazaar through the northern gate, you cannot miss it.
Thank you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
It would have been too easy anyway. And in any case, the avalanche has probably cost the Countess half a day at least. Professor Hayes and the Eye of the Dragon are as good as mine.